You are listening to Mission Audio's production of The ReWired Brain. Free yourself of negative behaviors and release your best self by Dr. Ski Chilton, Dr. Margaret Ruckstalis, and A.J. Gregory. This book is read by P.J. Ochlan. This audio recording was produced in 2016 by Mission Audio, which owns the copyright. No portion of this recording may be reproduced for any reason without prior written consent from Mission Audio. This edition was issued by contractual arrangement with Baker Publishing Group. Originally published in English as The ReWired Brain, copyright 2016 by Dr. Ski Chilton, Dr. Margaret Ruckstalis, and A.J. Gregory. All rights reserved. Please visit booksinaudio.com to offer your impressions of this work and to explore additional titles. Introduction. Growing up in a small tobacco farming community at the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains in North Carolina did not stir much excitement. But when Daddy brought home our first black and white television set, it was like the second coming. Outfitted with rabbit ear antennas, it occupied a corner of our tiny two-room cinder block house. Because my family lived in the backwoods, not even having the luxury of indoor plumbing, the only channel we could get was CBS. Just as well. It was the one network that broadcasted an annual showing of my favorite movie, The Wizard of Oz. Waiting year after year for that brilliant film to air was like waiting for the president's arrival. My parents, my sister, and I would huddle around the set in the small living room, which also served as the bedroom to us all, in great anticipation, as if we had never before seen the film. While the movie is dear to me for several reasons, 50 years later, I am struck by its brilliant message that, all throughout their perilous adventure, Dorothy and her pals had always possessed the very things they were desperately seeking. Dorothy could go home at any time. The Scarecrow already had a brain, the Tin Man a heart, and the Lion courage. And yet they were convinced that the Wizard was the only one who could remedy all of their problems. The scene in which Dorothy and her entourage finally arrive in Oz and stand before the great and powerful Wizard still gives me chills. Seeing his giant head shrouded in smoke and flames and carrying on in a booming and threatening voice frightened the living daylights out of me as a child. But as we all discovered, there was nothing to be afraid of. The great and powerful Wizard didn't exist, just a wise little man behind the curtain. I love the scene near the end when the Tin Man asks Dorothy what she learned in Oz. She responds, "Well, I think that it wasn't enough to just want to see Uncle Henry and Auntie Em. And it's that if I ever go looking for my heart's desire again, I won't look any farther than my own backyard. Because if it isn't there, I never lost it to begin with." Like Dorothy, many of us are lost in the inner dimensions of our minds, trying to discover who we are and why we are here. We wander through a wilderness of bewildering and difficult places, situations, and relationships. Perhaps most menacing are the cyclones of our past experiences, such as traumatic childhoods, critical broken relationships, and difficult life transitions, which produce in us fear, shame, anxiety, and depression. What would happen if you discovered you have within you the capacity to heal your past brokenness, to direct the transformation of your mind and your life? What would happen if you finally realized you have more power over your unhealthy behaviors, painful feelings, and harmful interactions than you think? What would happen if you realized the past devastation and current chaos of your life could become the critical lessons necessary to move you to a higher state of consciousness? What would happen if you could unleash the power of your mind to live your best life?
Sample complete. Ready to continue?